Today is Thursday, October 12th. We're here in front of the tennis courts for Girls Tennis Senior Night.
Welcome to our Senior Night 2023. Rhea Patel, she is escorted by her parents, Mike and Dee Patel, and her brother, Om. Rhea has held over a 4.0 GPA for the last 4 years. This is her 3rd year playing tennis. She started with me. She participates in ASB, Tech Club, FBLA, STEM Careers Club, Multicultural Club, CSF, Academic, School Site Council, and many more. She takes on leadership roles with these organizations as well, currently serving as Communications Commissioner for ASB, ASB Rep for STEM Careers Club, FBLA and Tech Club President, CSF Vice President, President of the School Site Council, and has held many other offices. Rhea plans to attend a 4-year university. She's thinking UCSB, USC, or UC Merced for her BS to MD program. She wants to become a pediatrician and do real estate as a side hustle. There are a lot of people to thank, so bear with me as I go down my list of supporters and motivators. First, she wants to thank Karina, Natalie, Kaylee, Alexandra, Luna, Jenny, Deanna, and Sam for always being her best cheerleaders and her tennis team. Daisy for always playing catch. Mr. Manager for bringing ice and being a D1 hater to motivator. And Carolina for being someone she can entrust with the firecracker title next year. Oh, she passed it on. She would also like to thank Jasdeep for being her soulmate in tennis land. She would like to remind everyone there is no passion or aggression without Jasdeep and Rhea. Thank you, Baljot and Cash, for traveling and supporting us, and Marcella for being her very best friend in Chowchilla and always coming in clutch this season and saving us from many bagels. She would also like to thank thanks to Alma, Haley, and Nahai for becoming some of her biggest role models in her junior year and continuing to support her endlessly throughout her senior year. Some of her biggest supporters are Mrs. Starn, Mrs. Raggio, Mr. Benabar, Miss Chapman, and Mrs. Ramirez. Thank you for always pushing me to be my best and giving me the best advice when needed. She would also like to thank Mr. Garcia and Miss G for always hearing out her excessive rants and keeping her manifestation cards. She cannot forget to thank Coach Chapman and Coach Tim, who always believed in her and her energy. Thank you for coaching me these past 3 years and teaching me so much. Most importantly, she would like to say thank you to her family. Mom, I know you hate my tan lines, but thank you for supporting my passions and being my best friend. And Dad, I know I don't say this enough, but thank you for all that you do to make my schedule fit into yours and coming out to support me when you have the chance. She appreciates and loves you both so very much. To her grandparents, she says, thank you for reminding me of where I come from and what I stand for. And to Razik Dada, who hopes to make him proud as he watches from above, her biggest cheerleader. She thanks her brothers Om and Shub for being annoying and motivating her to go as far as away in life. She would also like to thank Sachi's parents for supporting her. Oh yeah, you went over on the other side. Through her passions and forcing their daughter to do it with her. Rhea says, speaking of their daughter, thank you, Sachi, for these past 4 years of our friendship. You have always been my left hand and partner in crime. Though I hated you so much at first, I'm glad our parents forced us to be friends because I always prayed for a sister like you. She acknowledges the rest of her family who couldn't make it here today, and she would like to end. Thank you, everyone, for making a positive impact on my life. I truly wouldn't be here without any of you. Sachi Patel is being escorted by her dad. Sachi has been on the tennis team all 4 years of high school. Along with tennis, she has held a GPA above 4.0. She's another overachiever that has been in activities such as ASB, Tech Club, FBLA, Academic, CSF, STEM Club, Multicultural Club, School Site Council, and the list goes on. She holds officer positions in these organizations such as Treasurer for ASB, STEM Club, Multicultural Club, and CSF, and is Vice President for Tech Club and FBLA. After high school, Sachi plans to attend a four-year university and is thinking about going to one of the UCs where she would like to study either biology or chemistry and pursue a career in dentistry. She would like to thank all the amazing people in her life that has gotten her to where she is today. She wants to thank all her teachers and admin in the school for creating a safe and supportive environment. She would especially like to thank Mrs. Raggio and Miss Starn and Mr. Benamar for always making sure her friends are doing okay and providing overall support. Ms. Chapman and Mrs. Ramirez for guiding her through high school and dealing with her long meetings and schedule changes. She says she really is thankful for Mr. Garcia for making room for her and her friends in his room and listening to their lifelong problems for the last 3 years. Ms. G for always being there and providing support as well. She would also like to thank Coach Chapman for always reminding her not to be a tree on the court and motivating her to do her best. And Coach Tim for always bringing the energy and believing in her. And we need to move from Willow to Flower Child, right? Along with her amazing teammates, Kaylee, Alexandra, Karina, Carolina, Luna, Natalie, Sam, Jenny, and Deanna. Thank you guys for always motivating me during my matches. Daisy for being her lefty twinnie. And also Mr. Manager for always bringing us ice. Marcella for being her best doubles partner and always having her back when playing. Jazzy for being an amazing friend and pushing her to play tennis. She would also like to thank Baljot for being her first ever doubles partner and Cash for coming far to support her. Alma and Haley for being amazing role models and biggest supporters. She also wants to thank her mom, and she says even though she argues with her every day, she is grateful for her providing support and motivation on all the days where she was completely worn out. She is grateful for her dad, for always believing in her and supporting her through all that she does. She wants to thank Ria's parents and entire family for adopting her as their second daughter and including her in all family events. She wants to thank her brother Shub and Om for just being there, and lastly Ria for being the bestest friend and sister she has ever had. Well, it's the only sister you've had, right? I really thank you for coming into my life and pushing me to do things out of my comfort zone. I truly want to make it as far as I have without your love and support. She appreciates each and every one in her life that has been part of her life and high school journey and thanks them for all that they have done for her. Next, we have Marcela Villanueva Mendoza, and she's escorted by her sister Daniela. Marcela is planning on going to a community college for 2 years and then transferring to a UC and studying lab research and microbiology. I would like to thank my sisters for pushing me to do my best, always give me the best advice for the next steps in my future, and for being there every step of the way when our parents couldn't. You're truly my anchor, and I wouldn't have made it this far in life without you. Although my little sister isn't here, I'd like to thank her for helping me find joy and happiness. Without her, I wouldn't be the one that I am today. To my parents who aren't here and who work hard every day of their lives, I hope I can truly make you proud of who I become in the future. I would especially like to thank my coaches, as I owe that to them for being so understanding and allowing me to shine in my own ways. I thank you for your trust, your mentorship, and willingness to be patient with one of the toughest days, and I thank you all for all that you have taught me. Honorary shout out to Coach Tim. Thank you for helping me acknowledge we're not alone in this world, and as hard as life could be, we have to make the best of it. Thank you for all that you've done. It's changed my life for the better. For the rest of my fellow seniors, I am thanking my amazing doubles partner Sachi. I appreciate all your positive attitude, the funny jokes we made in between games, and thank you especially for giving me the chance to, at every serve I almost hit you with. You mean the world to me, and looking back at this season, playing doubles together was the best. Secondly, my firecracker and ball of energy, Rhea. Thank you for inspiring me and making me stand tall every chance given. Thank you for your confidence in me and always willing to bear out my boy drama and being like another sister to me. Thirdly, Jazz Deep. Thank you for sticking with me for so long and teaching me to speak up. I will always thank the universe for the chance to be your friend since the 5th grade. To my underclassmen, who I will miss very, very much, thank you for joining us and helping us have an amazing season. With every cheer you guys gave me, it has allowed me to keep faith in myself. Carry on our little celebrations and passion. Never forget that spark in you. For every thank you I gave, I hope you all realize you kept me here on earth, and without you, I truly wouldn't be here. Fighting every day. I love you all, which is not something easy for me to say or express. All right, Jazz D. Brandawa. She is escorted by her mom, sister, and niece. All right, Jazz Deep has played tennis all 4 years of high school and now is ranked #1 on the team. She is our #1 and has been pretty much the whole season. She also has held a 4.0, above a 4.0 GPA as well. She's been part of many organizations including ASB, Student Council, CSF, Tech Club, FBLA, Student Site Council, Multicultural Club, Acadeca, STEM Club. She also holds many leadership positions. She's the secretary of the class for 2024, CSF secretary, ASB club liaison, STEM club secretary, and Tech Club FBLA vice president. She's interested in going to 4-year university. Her dream is a UC. She also hopes to have a career in the medical field in the future. She has many to thank for in her life that have made her the person today. She would like to start with her doubles partner, Rhea. She wants to say wherever she goes, she will never find a doubles partner like her. She will always be her first doubles partner. She also wants to thank her for not saying anything whenever she has yelled at her. That's what good doubles partners are about, right? We have grown so much together and become very good friends and doubles partners. In her first year of tennis, she never really clicked with anyone she got paired up with until Rhea came along and changed everything. One last time, she wants to thank her for everything. Next victim is Sachi. That's what she wrote. She is very glad she forced Sachi to play tennis during their freshman year. They were in online school during COVID where they had to wear masks and practice. She will never forget that time and that she forced Sachi to play tennis with her and her sisters, which was very awkward. Jazz Deep states that she and Sachi would never make good doubles partners because Jazz Deep is very competitive, and that one time that they played, it didn't go well. She's very thankful Sachi joined tennis with her so she wouldn't be alone. One other person she'd like to thank is her friend Marcella. She thanks her for joining tennis and always being an encouragement for her whenever Jazz Deep did not win a game. She also wants to thank Marcella for filling up the tubs with water and ice and spoiling her and the girls when they didn't have a team manager. Jazz Deep would also like to thank Marcella for reading her tarot cards. She also wants to thank all the tennis team for watching her games and cheering her on when she steps out onto the court. She wants to thank Mrs. Chapman and Coach Tim for always being there for her and at her best and worst times. I'm hoping today is one of those best. They have done much for her and have helped her grow in the tennis player that she is. She also wants to thank them for coming up with the new drills to practice forehands and backhands. That's Tim. 3 years ago, Mrs. Chapman stepped up and took the role of the girls' tennis coach, which was a very big step for her, and she truly has excelled on it. She also wants to thank Kaylee for letting her dad coach. be our assistant. I just lost her. Without him, she wouldn't have the serves and backhands that she has today. She would also like to thank Mr. Garcia and Mrs. G for always encouraging her to play her best out there no matter what. She wants to thank them for always listening to her and her friends' break and lunchtime rants. Another staff member she would like to thank is Mrs. Raggio, Mrs. Starn, and Mr. Benabar. She wants to thank them for always asking her how her day is going and how tennis is going overall, which always makes Jazzy Deep's day 10 times better. She also wants to thank them for giving her extensions on homework when she needed them. She would also like to thank her counselor, Miss Chapman, for always encouraging her during school hours. She wants to thank her for coming after school and watching them play. She will never forget Mrs. Chapman when she said, "I have never seen that side of you," when I was beyond frustrated with my opponents and their coaches. She would also like to thank her counselor, Mrs. Ramirez, for always being there for her when something goes wrong. She can always count on her when she needs someone to talk to. She would like to thank her sisters, Baljat, Sandeep, and Cash, for always showing up at her games and always encouraging her to do her best in tennis. She would like to give a shout out to Cash for making time with her busy lawyer life to come to her most important games and for making posters for her and her friends. Lastly, I'm almost through, huh? She would like to thank her parents. When Jazzy Deep did not have a license, her mom and dad would have to drive 30 plus minutes to come and pick her up. She wants to also thank them for giving her money to use. Also, she wants to thank them for always encouraging her to do best and telling her to never give up tennis or in school. She would like to end, thank you all for being a part of my life. I love and appreciate you all.